here with Maya Murphy's attorney, Lauren McDonald. Maya Murphy has offices in both New York and Connecticut, and Attorney McDonald is admitted to practice in both New York and Connecticut. Attorney McDonald will be answering some questions today about suspension in New York. My question for Attorney McDonald is, what are my child's legal rights regarding a short-term suspension in New York?
Hi, Emily. Thank you for that question. So in New York, any ban from school services that is not permanent is referred to as a suspension. And in some circumstances, a suspension can last up to 1 year. For instance, any student who is determined to bring a weapon to school must be suspended for 1 calendar year. New York only uses the term expulsion to refer to a permanent exclusion from school services, which is an extreme penalty that is usually only instituted if the student poses a serious danger to others. Now, a student may be suspended who is insubordinate, disorderly, violent, disruptive, or endangers the safety and welfare of others. In New York, a suspension cannot be longer than 5 days without due process of a formal suspension hearing. So when a suspension is for less than 5 days, the school must provide notice to the parents and student as to what the alleged misconduct is. Now, this notice must be in writing and must be provided before the period of suspension begins. However, if a principal determines that the student would pose a danger or disruption to the educational process, a short-term suspension may begin before the notice is actually formally provided to the student and parents, as long as the notice is given within 24 hours of the suspension. This notice must contain a description of the alleged misconduct of the student and the date that it took place, an explanation of your right as a parent to request a conference with the principal, and the notice must also contain an explanation of your right to question complaining witnesses. Now, complaining witnesses are individuals that have reported or have witnessed your student's alleged misconduct. So you have an actual chance to question them at the conference if you so choose. If your child denies the misconduct that has been alleged, the school must provide you with an explanation of the basis of the suspension. Now, upon request, like I said, your child and you must be given an opportunity for an informal conference with the principal, at which you have the opportunity to question witnesses. This conference must take place prior to your child's suspension, unless your child would present a danger or disruption to the educational process, in which case this informal conference must take place as soon after the suspension as reasonably practicable. Now, if your child that is suspended is 16 years old or younger, he or she has the right to continue with their schoolwork while they're under suspension, as long as the work is equivalent to work that was being done in school. So, for example, depending on your school district, this may mean that your child can go to school for a few hours a day, have work brought home to him or her, or receive instruction at an alternative educational setting. Now, if your child that is suspended is over the age of 16, the school district is not required to provide an alternative educational instruction during the suspension, but they do have the discretion to do so. So if you have any questions about your child's suspension in New York, I'd be happy to discuss them further with you. Thank you.